All right. So, what's your name and where are you from?
Hi, I'm Joseph Neji, Joey, most people call me. I'm a biochemist, so we do a lot of work with cells. Most of my experience is in stem cells and gene editing. I've done a lot of different stuff like RNA, DNA. Currently, I'm working on growing cells to sell to different companies. So whatever cell lines people need, custom cell lines, things like that.
And what do they do with the cells when they get them?
Most of the time they're doing research, so like medical research for them. So they'll get like a certain type of cancer cell line or some type of tissue, and then they'll test different drugs on them or do different gene editing stuff with them. They don't really tell us because it's proprietary, but most of the time it's just like medical research.
And what excites you about this field of this research?
What excites me most is probably just the impact that research has done over the last 30 years. So it's actually accelerated very fast with the advent of gene editing. So there's been a lot of cell therapy drugs and a lot of new medicines coming out. So I've firsthand seen some medicines impact people and gotten better and healed them. So I think the biggest thing that excites me is being able to help people feel better.
Because you worked on, what was that gene therapy that you helped with?
It's called exa-cel. It was a collaboration between CRISPR Therapeutics and Vertex, and it's a stem cell therapy for sickle cell. So the therapy is basically you take the stem cells from the patient, you edit the gene to fix the gene, and then you inject the stem cells back into the person, and it repopulates the red blood cells, and the disease is gone.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
super amazing.
Yeah, it was. It received the Nobel Prize in 2020, I believe, in medicine.
Wow. And yeah, I know, like, people are pretty much, there's a consensus that these therapies are effective, but I guess they're trying to figure out how to pay for them and that kind of a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really weird situation. It's really expensive, I think. It's a one-shot therapy, just one shot, and they're basically fixed. And I think it's like around between $2 and $3 million for that shot. But all the people that received it were part of the study, so they kind of got it for free. But
That's cool.
yeah, it has to do with a lot with the healthcare system in the United States. It's kind of, they're not ready for these therapies.
Yeah.
It's still very expensive, but hopefully by 2030 they'll be able to work something out with some type of subsidized healthcare system.
Yeah, yeah. So I also know that you like to have fun. Would you say you're kind of like a work hard, play hard kind of a person?
Yeah, I would consider it that. I really like music and going to different events and stuff like that. I like meeting people. I'm an avid chess player. I like playing sports. I try to have a good balance between science and fun because science can be very taxing on the mind.
Yeah, yeah. Because you've been to some parties, like you said, you were at a party at Harvard or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they have like some type of parties. It's kind of like a networking thing where people come and have fun, have a couple of drinks and stuff like that. Yeah, I like to have some fun. Life's too short, to get stressed about everything.
Yeah, yeah. Where did you say you're from?
I'm originally from Philadelphia.
Oh,
Philadelphia,
okay.
Southwest Philly.
Okay.
Yeah, went to college in Boston. Lived in Boston for about 9 years. Then moved back to Philadelphia recently.
Okay. Are you here to stay, you think, or?
Yeah, for the foreseeable future, definitely here to stay. I love Philly. I was gonna move to Los Angeles, but I decided not to for now.
Yeah. What do you like about Los Angeles?
I mean, I only went there for like a couple weeks. I mean, I just like the weather.
Yeah.
It's very expensive though, but it's just a new city.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool over there for sure. What? Let's see. What else? What do you like about Philly?
I like Philly's energy. A lot of people are very creative here. A lot of
Yeah.
creatives. I think it's just a lot of stuff to do. When I lived in Boston, it was kind of people were a little uptight. People in Philadelphia are a lot more laid back. The city's
Yeah.
beautiful. There's just a lot of stuff to do. There's always something happening. The weather's great.
Yeah.
And it's home, so it's probably why I like it so much.
Yeah, and I noticed like you're pretty personable. Like you're good at striking up conversations with people. We were walking down the street and you're talking to someone about their dog named Buddha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What makes you want to like talk to people and like make new friends and that kind of
I
thing?
don't know. It's kind of like, people are kind of drawn to me, so I always like to try to make someone's day better. Try to lighten the mood a little bit. So it's just always been something I've been good at. Just connecting to people, making their day a little better.
Yeah, yeah. How did you get into science in the first
I've
place?
always been kind of into science, but I really took it seriously when I was about 15 or 16. I just had like a curiosity about everything. And then I was like, college came around, I was like, what do I want to do? And then I was like, is science an actual job? So I looked up how to, become a biochemist, and then I just kind of went for it. I think it's a great job. It's fun, it's interesting, it can make a living off of it, so that's kind of what drew me to it.
What are your coworkers like? How do you just ran into your old boss and she seemed like she loved you.
Yeah, people really like that. I'm personable, and some people get stressed in science, so I always try to lighten the mood, tell a joke or something like that.
Yeah.
I've met a lot of amazing people in science. There's a lot of amazing people, a lot of people that work hard, that really want to change people's lives. They're very intelligent. So it's, and I've met some coworkers that were not as fun, but most people I've met are very hardworking, very passionate, also very colorful personalities.
How do you edit a gene? Like, how does that work?
There's a couple different ways, but the way that I learned was something called CRISPR-Cas9. CRISPR stands for clustered regularly interspaced palindromic repeats, which basically means in DNA there's a lot of palindromes, which a palindrome is basically like, race car, how it's spelled backwards, it spells the same word.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so there's like a lot of palindromes in DNA. So what Cas9 does is it finds these palindromic repeats, and it basically acts like scissors and can cut the genes, and then you have something called a guide RNA, and it can put a new gene in there. So it's fairly new. Originally it's from bacteria. Bacteria used it to cut up viruses because there's viruses that affect bacteria. So people use this in eukaryotic cells, which are human cells, and they basically found a way to edit genes and put certain parts into it. And there's also different types of editing, like base editing, which you can edit one base, a nucleotide, like turn from an A to a T, which is fairly new. But it's still a growing field. There's a lot of stuff we're finding out every day. So gene editing is kind of new in the last 10 years, I would say.
So, like, from day to day in your job, like, what do you actually do? Do you, like, put together little, like, cultured dishes? Like, can you describe, like, a day in your life?
Yeah, essentially, I'm growing different tissues. So I'll basically get a vial of cells, and then I'll thaw them, because they have to stay at negative 120 degrees Celsius, kind of cryo-frozen. And then I'll expand them into higher numbers, and then I'll do different tests on them and see how they behave, look at the DNA, stuff like that. And then essentially we sell the tissue to different people. So the day-to-day kind of varies, but I would say essentially it's growing different types of tissues and then doing different, PCR, which is kind of how to amplify DNA, and I'll test different things on the DNA. It really depends on the cell line.
So yeah, that seems like high precision work. Yeah.
I would say so. Yeah, it's sometimes I forget how difficult it is when because I've been doing it for about 8 years. So sometimes I oversimplify how difficult it is, but it's not impossible.
Would you say you're are you always like high precision like that, or do you have like a chaotic side too, or?
I mean, you kind of have to be like really on point with cell culture because you can't contaminate the cells because the bacteria will get in there, fungi, and then it kind of ruins the entire culture.
Yeah.
So you have to be like really precise, really accurate. The biochemistry is kind of one of those fields where you can't really deviate from standard protocols and stuff, or things will get messed up. So It's kind of different from I would say like chemistry, where you can kind of be sloppy, not sloppy, but kind of improvise things, I would say.
Okay, yeah. I guess I was trying to draw a comparison between like work and play and like how those things are different for you, like how maybe you have two modes going on.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm kind of precise in my life as well, but
Yeah.
you know, science is kind of like my career, so it's kind of not compartmentalize things, but in science I have to be very accurate. In life, I still like I'm really good at planning things. I try to be very accurate in my life, but you know, and also like I come from a family of like musicians and on my mom's side and doctors on my father's side, so and I just always learned to kind of enjoy life because you know it can be very short. You never know. You go outside, get hit by a car, so you gotta enjoy some parts of life. You know, that's also why I didn't become a doctor. That's just too stressful.
Yeah, wow. It can be dramatic.
Yeah, very.
Yeah. Have you played music?
Yeah. I actually rap.
Oh.
Yeah, so I make some songs. Joey the Scientist. The S's are dollar signs though. But yeah, I play some guitar. I'm really surrounded by a lot of artists. I think it's a good expression of self. Makes life a little better.
Where do you perform anywhere with your rap?
I performed in Boston a couple times. I performed here once, but I kind of put it on hold for now just because science has been consuming a lot of my time.
You work like overtime and stuff?
Yeah, it depends. Depends on the week.
Yeah. You just got a new apartment, right?
Mm-hmm.
How's that going?
It's great. Still, you know, moving all my stuff in, still organizing things. It's been a lot. Can't wait to get settled in.
Yeah.
Got a rooftop now, so I can get some sun.
Ooh.
You know, still trying to settle in though. You know, building a house is a lot.
Building a house?
Well, you know, building a home. You know, making it feel
yeah.
homey, stuff like that. So, still doing a lot of that.
Yeah. What are you gonna do on the roof?
You know, I just go out there and just get some sun. That's basically it. You need more sun. You know, being stuck in a lab all day in a white room. So you kind of gotta get some, you know, some air and some nature.
Do you make your own food?
Yeah, I cook a lot. Mostly I've just been eating a lot of steaks and stuff, like some vegetables, like making stir fry,
Yeah.
Italian food. Yeah.
Where are we right now?
Right now we are at the CIC on UPenn's campus, or UPenn and Drexel's campus, at an incubator. A lot of different companies here, like 100 or so, and we rent a space where, you know, we have people that can, you know, maintenance our machines, but it's like a shared lab space between a lot of different companies. It's a great space. The people who work here are amazing, and you know, it's a very good space. I recommend it to anyone who wants to start a small company. And then there's also like podcast rooms in here. There's a studio. It's like a meditation room, a game room. So it's a very great space.
Whoa. Have you used any of those rooms?
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Which one?
I've used a meditation room just when I needed some space to de-stress, relax. The game room sometimes when I just want to hang out, watch some TV, or play a video game. And they also have a lot of networking events here every Thursday where professionals can come and meet other professionals. They have like some pitch competitions where you come, give a 5-minute presentation and someone gets like $5,000. It's a great space.
Wow.
Yeah.
So investors come here
All the time. Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Wow.
I've seen people build companies here.
Are you gonna pitch an idea?
Maybe eventually. Still have a lot to learn.
What other rappers do you like?
My favorite rapper ever is Lupe Fiasco, for sure. I like Kendrick Lamar.
Nice.
I like a lot of different stuff. I like things that are like very technical. I also like things that just sound good. I also listen to a lot of EDM. A lot of I'll basically listen to everything except for I'm not really that big in the country.
Yeah. That's a common thing to say.
Yeah, I mean, country is just not my thing. Johnny Cash is cool though.
That's true. Let's see, what else? What's your favorite part of the city to hang out in?
I mean, I like University City. University's cool. North Philly's cool. I grew up here, but there's still a lot of places I haven't seen. So I'm an extrovert, but I'm kind of a homebody. So I don't really get out too much. But, I'm still learning a lot of stuff. But University City is awesome, where we're at right now. A lot of stuff to do here, a lot of cool bars, stuff like that. Yeah.
So you like networking?
Yeah, I like meeting new people. All walks of life. Getting out there, just kind of seeing. There's a lot of cool stuff happening in Philly, so I like to hear about what people are doing.
Do you see your family a lot?
Yeah, I try to. I see my mom and dad a lot. I have two sisters and a brother. My brother lives in Los Angeles right now, so I don't see him too much. But
what's he up to?
he's a DJ, so DJ and producer. So he's out in LA, just performing shows, making music, networking a lot. He's been working on some music videos for different artists and stuff like that. He's a lot more artistic.
Well, I bet the environment really encourages it. Like the creativity.
Yeah. There's a lot of creatives there. He hangs out with some really popular artists. So he's surrounded by a lot of. And he's originally in Philadelphia, but he's out there just kind of expanding, networking.
What's his artist name?
His artist name is GBUCK, GBUCK.
Okay.
Yeah. Platinum artist.
Wow. So your dad's a musician?
No, my dad's a computer scientist actually.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Yeah.
And your mom?
My mom was a real estate agent.
Oh.
Yep.
What kind of work does your dad do? What kind of?
He does a lot of IT stuff.
Okay.
Now he's kind of retired, so he's more into crypto.
Crypto.
Yeah, he's really into that. But he's kind of retired, so he's splitting his time between Nigeria and the United States. So he's kind of just chilling.
And making crypto money.
Yeah. I don't really understand that stuff, to be honest. So.
I don't know either.
So it's complicated.
Your mom's chilling too.
Yeah, my mom's chilling too. Just hanging out.
And you have another sibling.
Yeah, I have two sisters. They're both nurses.
Nurses.
Yeah,
okay.
one just graduated from Temple. The other one works at Jefferson in the emergency department.
Nice. I've heard that people really like working in that environment, like a certain kind of person anyway.
Yeah, she's really nice. She really cares about people. It's really intense being in an emergency room, but
I bet.
Yeah.
What's your hope for the future of medical science?
I hope that people can have some type of I wouldn't say a cure, but some type of answer for genetic diseases like leukemia and sickle cell, Huntington's, Crohn's disease. Because there's people out there suffering. And I don't think gene editing is supposed to be for changing eye colors or something like that. I think there's people out there that really they get up and work every day, but they're in massive pain. So I just really hope that we can help people, make their lives a little easier, and and hopefully cancer will be a thing of the past in the next 10 to 20 years. So
have you met some patients who were impacted by that treatment that you made?
Yeah, I have. I met someone. He had sickle cell. He was going to this hospital maybe 100 times a year. He had a lot of pain, and then now he doesn't even go to the hospital.
Wow.
Not once. He feels great. It's surreal to see someone impacted by some work that I did. So I was really happy about that.
No side effects, no nothing.
I mean, it's only been about 4 or 5 years since it's been approved. So far, no side effects that we know of. I mean, it was very painful at first for them, but they seem to be doing great. but we're going to continue monitoring them, you know, for the next 10 years or so.
So after they receive the infusion, it's temporarily painful?
Yeah, because you have to take their stem cells and then you have to basically kill all the stem cells in their body using some type of chemo therapeutic. Wow. And then that's obviously really painful because it kills all the cells of the bone marrow. And then you have to repopulate their bone marrow with their own stem cells that have the correct gene.
Wow.
Yeah, stem cell therapies are definitely something that will impact the medical field in the next 5 to 10 years. I think medicine will be a lot more personalized. But you know, the biggest problem in the United States is that it's very expensive, and I don't know if insurance will really cover most of those things. So I think there's going to have to be like an overhaul of our medical system for it to really impact the people that need it.
Yeah, I've heard about like pay for performance models and that kind of a thing. Have you heard about that?
Not particularly. What's that?
There's just different models that are like governments will pay for a treatment based on like how well it performs on a given patient.
Yeah, I think I've heard of something like that. And also, some of the companies, you know, if they have a lot of money, they'll throw in money to help pay for it. So I think it has a lot to do with altruism. You know, a lot of companies have billions of dollars, so they'll probably have to throw in some help to help these patients. But you know, it costs a lot of money just to make the drug, so I can't really expect a company to invest more of their money after they have to make their money back and things like that. And I think just capitalism it's hard for these medicines to kind of get to the patient. But I think that in the future, a lot of companies with subsidized and socialized healthcare will be able to benefit more than Americans from the therapies that we're making. So, but you know, I hope that that in the next couple decades that our medicine will become more available to people that need them.
Yeah. How do you think it'll impact your personal career as this field evolves?
I mean, on my resume it looks great. For me, it's just like, you know, I don't really know. I mean, how it will impact it. I kind of just going with it, but I'm still pretty young, so I still want to, you know, make some more impacts. So we'll see how it goes.
Nice. Do you know anyone personally, like just from your life, that needs a therapy like this?
Yeah, I know a lot of people actually. You know, I know some people with sickle cell. One of the things that impacted me when I was in college, one of my good friends passed away from pancreatic cancer. So that kind of impacted me to study cancer some more. You know, I know a lot of people, their parents have cancer. I know some people with Crohn's disease, some people with Parkinson's. So there's a lot of people out there that are suffering. So hopefully we can help them.
Are you spiritual at all?
Yeah, I grew up Christian. I follow a lot of Buddhism. So I just try to, you know, live for, you know, God and just kind of, you know, use my skills to help people in any way. So I am spiritual in that sense.
Yeah, a mix of Christianity and Buddhism.
Yeah, I would say that I don't really have a specific religion, because in Buddhism you're supposed to kind of make your own. But I get a lot of inspiration and stuff from Buddhism, Hinduism, and Christianity.
And what does that do for you psychologically?
It kind of makes me kind of cognizant that, you know, we're all in the same boat. We're not all very different. You know, everyone has problems. Everyone, you never know what someone's going through. You meet them. That's also why I try to be very nice to people. You never know, you know, if someone just passed away in their family, or you know, if they're having a bad day. So yeah. I'll say it just generally makes me want to be a better person.
Yeah. What's the biggest challenge in your life at the moment?
Biggest challenge in my life, I would say, is kind of just trying to, you know, get everything in order. I want to get married. I want to have kids, so it's kind of the most difficult thing. Is kind of, you know, transitioning into an adult and getting everything ready for that. You know, but I would say life isn't as hard as I put it out to be. You know, it's not good to always stress about everything.
Yeah, you seem like you're doing pretty well.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
So you're dating around and trying to find a wife.
I mean, kind of, yeah. You know, I'm kind of trying to work on myself first, but yeah, I would say that.
Okay. And we were talking a little bit about age gaps. What do you think about that?
I think that, you know, it's more maturity level. You know, if you're dating someone that's, you know, early 20s, they might not have as much life experience, but they're still adults, you know. I've dated people older than me. I would say it all comes at a maturity level. You can date someone who's 30 who's not very mature. So I think that's more important, but I'm not rushing to date someone that's like 19 or something. They just don't have that much life experience, so.
Fair. Where do you find people to date?
That's a good question. I usually, I don't usually look. I usually just go to different events and stuff, and maybe I'll meet someone cool. Maybe through other friends, I'll get introduced to people. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't like use dating apps or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those don't work the best, do they?
I mean, it's just, I don't know. I'm looking for something more serious most of the time.
Yeah. Do you go? So do you dance?
Yeah, I love dancing actually.
To EDM.
Yeah, EDM. I like going to different concerts, stuff like that.
What EDM artists do you like?
That's a good question. I don't know. I like a lot of different artists. One of my favorite ones is Chami. I like Chami, Oliver Heldens. I listen to Skrillex. My brother GBUCK. Listen to a lot of different stuff.
And do you prefer EDM like outside, inside?
I like being outside. Yeah, I don't like being like in a dark room with a bunch of lights, kind of. But I like being outside, out in nature.
Mm-hmm. Like Fairmount Park or Bartram's Garden or somewhere?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I love nature.
Have you been to a festival?
Yeah, I went to Elements last year. That was fun. I'm trying to decide if I want to go back this year. That was a really fun time, camping and stuff like that. You know, just getting away from the city for a little bit, getting one with nature, touching grass.
Where is that one?
That one was like near the Poconos.
Okay. You were in a tent?
Yeah, I did some camping. We had I had a couple friends. We had like campgrounds and stuff like that for 3 or 4 days.
That's so fun.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I would recommend to anyone. Gotta camp. Gotta get one with nature. We're in the city a lot. Sometimes we forget that we're from nature.
Did you make like hot dogs over the fire and stuff like that?
Yeah, we made a lot of different foods. Had a grill. Cooking some meats and stuff like that. Eating some potato salad, things like that. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun.
Did you go hiking?
I mean, it was a big campground, so you kind of are hiking, but I do like hiking. I like doing anything in nature.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What's your favorite place to go hiking?
I like going to the Poconos. Go down the mountains. I like the beach, too. I like going to the beach.
Yeah. Have you been to Jim Thorpe in the Poconos?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's where I've been. It's just a little town.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out.
There's like whitewater rafting and stuff like that.
That sounds awesome. I haven't tried that yet.
It's pretty cool, yeah. It's kind of scary, but
yeah, it looks a little scary. Looks a little scary. It looks like it hurts.
I forget if I got hurt.
Like just the way it hits the rocks and stuff. It looks pretty crazy. But yeah, I'd love to try that.
Yeah, I've gone like river tubing and I got like leeches.
What?
Like that's what they look like. I don't know what they were.
That sounds scary, dude. Is it scary?
I was just like, I didn't want to admit that that's what it was. I just like pretended like I didn't know.
Do you have to like pull them off or something?
Yeah, I just brushed them off.
That's weird.
I think that's what it was. I'm not sure though. I was a little drunk on whiskey. Were you drinking at the festival?
Oh, absolutely. Some beers and stuff, relaxing. Just enjoying life, a little bitty vacation.
Mm-hmm. Sitting around, like telling stories.
Yeah, telling stories, and then every once in a while go see good artists and stuff like that. Playing some games, some cornhole. just enjoying life.
Did you meet anyone new there?
Oh yeah, plenty of people. I actually met some people that came back to Philly and saw different events and stuff like that. It's a big community out there. You know, everyone's like very nice. You know, if you're walking through the campsite, someone might give you some food or something like that, give you a beer. It's like, you know, it reminds you that we're all in this together. You know, sometimes in the city it becomes an individualistic thing. You forget that we're all in the same society. You know.
Yeah. Who's someone you met that was cool?
My boy Kev Azura, who I hang out with a lot now. He's an artist. Met him a lot. His campsite's awesome. And, you know, just a lot of people. I came with a lot of friends. Some people came from Boston, things like that. It was a big festival.
That's amazing. People from Boston came.
Yeah, people were coming from all around the country.
Wow, so you have a lot of friends from the past and current, like new ones too.
Yeah, I would say I've been lucky to have some really good friends, some really good people.
Yeah. What's like the thing in common among all of your friends?
I would say that we care a lot about humanity. We love being nice, you know, showing out a lot of love. We love music, you know. People are very intelligent. We have some intelligent conversations, and we just, you know, like to get to know people. You know, that's a part of life. You know, people are from all different walks of life, so, you know, getting to know people is very important.
What do you like to talk about when you're talking to your friends?
Anything, really. Anything, you know, how people are feeling. You know, some people might need to get something off their chest, you know, talk about science, talk about spirituality, talk about current events, talk about anything, you know, just having fun.
What do you think is the intersection between science and spirituality?
Well, you know, a PhD means Doctor of Philosophy. So, you know, a lot of science comes from curiosity and spirituality. A lot of people, you know, there's a lot of scientists that are atheists, but I think that the core of science has to do with, you know, thinking of, and there's a Buddhist saying that says, you don't study the blade of grass to figure out why, you know, the functions of the blade of grass. You study the blade of grass to figure out why it's there. So a lot of science for me is about studying the natural things of life and, you know, just, you know, understanding or trying to understand, you know, what's all happening in there. But, you know, it's obviously impossible to know everything about life. So just still, you know, a natural curiosity, which I think comes from spirituality.
Yeah. Why do you think we're here?
I have no idea, to be honest. I think if I was to give my opinion, I would say the brain is the universe's creation just to observe itself, I would say. You know, just to, you know, it's a deep question. I don't really know yet.
Yeah, you don't know. You think you'll get a better idea later?
Maybe, you know. I think it's not very important. I think it's supposed to just enjoy the ride.
Yeah, that's fair. What's something exciting you're gonna do soon?
That's a good idea. I need a vacation probably. But I don't know. This summer, hopefully, I could get out in nature, do some camping. I've been really enjoying just staying in my house, relaxing.
Yeah.
You know, getting away from the world a little bit.
What beaches do you like?
Any beach, really. Any beach, really. The LA beaches are beautiful. The beaches in Maine were cool, New Hampshire. I haven't been to AC in a while. But, you know, I just like water, being out in nature.